One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Off the field.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Packers.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. Check flag 39. Come on. You better bring it. Check 4. Check your hot read. Let's go.
Back to throw here. This pass complete to Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And a Packer first down.
Set, hut. Hey, come on. We got it. Check 3.
On first down, it's Jones. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, it's Jones. And an alley to run. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Touchdown, Packers! Alan Lazard there to make the grab. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
right. 56. Check 56. I got you. I got you. Check out.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. He sets to fire deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Here's Jones. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got the hook up to Lazard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Let's go. 70 ending. You remember me? You remember me?
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check nickel.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust to the count for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout.
Tighten up.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
You got it. You got it.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
The score, Packers 10, Buccaneers nothing.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Jim. Check. Kill. Under 10. 10. Shift.
This is Jones. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
That's a what? Mike 42.
On 3rd and 2, McIntosh. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Open man is got it. It's complete. That's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
That's good for the Buccaneers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. From the gun, McIntosh. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing on first down. McIntosh. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. McIntosh. Complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And some room to roam now. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
First down, Green Bay.
Let's go now. 15 on it. 15 on it. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for him with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First down, Packers.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
He's checking crack. Big Ed.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Hey, check Mike 30. Check Mike 39. Ricky.
Back to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
On first down, Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. They'll set up to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah,
and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
To throw on 3rd down, McIntosh. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a gain of 34.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Well, I don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. They'll run with Barber, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make it 24-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Set.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
49, check 49, check.
They'll go again to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Jones. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Looking to throw. And Adams has it, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. On 3rd down, McIntosh. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
Throwing again. McIntosh. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain there of 30 big ones. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McIntosh. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. This quarterback now just 1 misfire so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his 2nd incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Devin White, the linebacker, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the Bucs 39-yard line.
Got it! Mike 51. It's our time. It's our time. Check. Slam.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Watch the screen. Yeah.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards. And the Packer 1st down.
Let's go, Kill.
On first down, Williams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 14.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
51 to Mike. Here we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Back to throw here. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, McIntosh. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw on 3rd down, McIntosh, and that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. On 4th down, McIntosh. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive. knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Pick, baby, pick. All day, all day.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row